In this video, I will explain how a UVC bulb can be used to kill microbes. I will also explain the parts and steps required to assemble it so you can make your own UV sanitation box. This could be used to sterilize masks and phones to protect yourself and anyone who may be at high risk for infection. But how does a UVC bulb kill microbes? UVC is a range of wavelengths of light which could be used to kill microbes. It kills microbes by damaging its genetic material, making it unable to infect or spread. Unlike visible light, UVC has a shorter wavelength, making it much more energy dense. In fact, UVC is even more energy dense than the UVA and UVB light that comes from regular black lights or sunlight outside. This increased energy makes it very useful for killing microbes such as viruses, bacteria, or mold. But this also makes it dangerous, so you should never look into the bulb and only turn it on when it is in an enclosed space away from people. Also, due to its shorter wavelength, the light cannot pass through most materials, including regular glass or the ozone layer, which is why UVC isn't outside. This is why UVC bulbs need to use special fused quartz glass, which allows UVC light to pass through, rather than the regular glass used on fluorescent bulbs, which block UVC light. The first step is to get the materials for the project. You will need a UVC bulb like this one, a G23 socket, a ballast to drive the bulb, a power cord, some screws to attach the socket and the ballast to the lid, foil tape, and a bucket with a lid which you can get at most hardware stores. For tools, you will need a drill to drill mounting holes in the lid, a hex key to attach screws, and a wrench to hold the nut while tightening. The next step would be to prepare the bucket. The first step would be to drill holes in the lid that align with the ballast and the G23 socket. Then you would need to apply foil to the lid and the bucket. The foil would be used to reflect the UV light back towards the object you are trying to sanitize. This would make it more efficient, as more UV light is being absorbed by the object rather than the bucket itself. Once the bucket is prepared, you will need to mount the ballast and the socket to the lid of the bucket. Align the screws with the holes and push them through. Then hand tighten the nut onto the back until it cannot be tightened further. Finally, hold the nut with a wrench and tighten the screw with a hex key. The last step of the project would be to wire it. You would want to wire it following this diagram. For connecting the wires, you could use wire nuts and screw them together. Or if you have a soldering iron, you could solder the wires and cover it with heat shrink. First, you should connect one wire from the ballast to one wire from the power cord. Because the ballast is non-polarized, you could connect it to any wire of the cord. Then you could connect the other wire from the ballast and push it into one of the holes in the socket. Finally, take one piece of solid wire and plug it into the other end of the socket and connect the other end to the other wire from the power cord. And now the sanitizer box is finished and ready to be used. While the UV light is very useful for sanitation, it is also very dangerous. So when using the sanitizer, be sure to unplug the lamp before opening and never plug it in when open with people around. And if you found this video interesting or useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you.